we're just calling because Tampa just asked us to do a check on you. Did you, are you all right? Did you need anything?
Yeah, I'm fine. That's what is kind of odd.
Yeah.
Tampa PD was called because my mother is in distress. She seems to believe that there's some sort of crisis. She thinks that I've done something. She's also said that she's going to cut off all communication with me.
Okay.
On top of that, I have no idea who she's living with. She's lost money. There's lots of symptoms of mental health disorder.
When was the last time you spoke with your mother?
I don't speak with her. See, the problem is that she contacts me, but we have not had a conversation. Nothing that she says makes any sense. And that is the problem.
And when was the last time that you were able
She's contacted me today, but again, the issue is that she's not making any sense.
Okay.
So the contacting me is why Tampa PD was contacted.
I don't know.
So what they're doing is they're trying to say that I'm somehow in distress because of the symptoms my mother is displaying.
No,
I don't know.
I think they're rather confused about the whole situation.
I don't know. I don't know how they could be.
From what they told us is that they went out and did a well-being check on your mother and the address listed.
But they didn't. That's the point. No, they didn't. What they did was go and act very similarly to they went, she wasn't there, they haven't spoken to her, and now they're saying everything's fine. Everything is not fine because we don't know why she acted the way she acted recently. We don't know who she's living with. We don't know if she's can comprehend my state of health. We don't know anything. All I know is that my mother contacts me randomly.
Yeah.
She sent me $50 the other day. Can't explain why. Doesn't make any sense. You're a grown man yourself. Do you believe that your mother would just send you money randomly and not be able to explain why? And
do you have any other? Is there anyone else that takes care of her?
No,
family members?
no, and that's the problem. I don't this seems like a joke. Tampa PD is calling you to avoid investigating what is going on over there.
Okay.
I don't know how that makes any sense.
I don't know. I'm only doing, because they just called us just to make sure you seem fine.
They were just concerned about you. That's mainly.
But that's the whole point. The only reason that they're concerned is because they're not investigating what is going on with my mother. In other words, they're trying to make it seem like I'm here in San Francisco, randomly calling Tampa for no reason. You're they can't continue to be confused about the fact that they haven't investigated any of the incidents with my mother. Again, $14,000 gone. Someone could be taking advantage of her in Tampa.
Is that what the calls down there was for?
Yes.
Is your concern for her getting scammed?
Yeah, there are many concerns, yes, but that is part of them. That's what I mean. Not one is addressed.
And your mother does not know she's being scammed, and that's the reason.
As far as I can tell, again, they're not investigating any further. So what is happening is my mother, actually, half of the $14,000, someone randomly contacted me and said, your mother has this money, we're going to take it.
Okay.
I told my mother about it, tried to report it to the police. She told them there's nothing wrong.
Okay.
That's one incident.
Got it.
On top of that, there was another $7,000 gone.
Yeah.
Again, ask her, do you even comprehend that you're losing money?
Right.
No answer.
She just does not know.
Exactly.
Here's another venue. So there's no friends in contact with her, no family, nothing
No.
like that? Okay. What you can also consider doing is contacting Adult Protective Services over in Tampa. Because sometimes PDs, I don't know the situation down there. I can't say for certain. This is just me speculating. Sometimes it's difficult for police to investigate something if the victim won't cooperate with them.
Yeah.
So what you can do is...
So it's pretty clear that your mom is not understanding the fact that she is the victim here and she thinks everything's fine. I think that's a reason why you can go a different avenue.
So
that is partially, but what it comes down to is that there hasn't been any confirmation whether or not she is aware of her actions even today.
Right.
So what happens
have you been able to get into her I guess bank accounts or see what the transactions are?
No, and isn't that an invasion of privacy?
That's what I mean. Police wouldn't necessarily be able to check either, and that's the problem. If the person doesn't,
but they can at least ask her state of mind and whether or not she comprehends investigation should be done.
So they said, hold on.
That's the problem.
They said that she's out of town.
Yes, yeah.
Do you know where she is?
No, and that's the main issue right now with Tampa. Is considering I've spoken to them many a times.
Yeah.
The last time I spoke to them was more concerned about whether or not my stepfather is there, because what I was told was they went to a wellness check. Nobody was home during the day. That is odd as it is because both of them work from home. But who knows? They could have been out. The fact of the matter is, though, by now my stepfather should be home.
Okay.
What's more suspicious about my stepfather is that I haven't spoken to him in years. I don't know what's going on. He doesn't seem to have any concern about my mother, which is even more odd.
Have you attempted contact with either one of them?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know what's going on. He doesn't seem to have any concern about my mother, which is even more odd.
Have you attempted contact with either one of them?
Yes.
Okay.
And they don't respond, but then they contact me randomly. Not my father.
Voice message, or how did you attempt contact?
I have asked them to get mental health services. I've done it through therapists. I've done it through police. I've done it through wellness checks. I've done it directly through email.
Yeah.
I've done it various ways. I have tried to get some sort of understanding as to why.
You're just not getting anything back. Like you're yelling out in the void and nothing's coming back.
Very simply, as to why would it be, whether it be Tampa or anyone, to believe me to be in distress when I am reacting to communications and initiation of contact from my mother, who doesn't seem to understand why she's even contacting
the
me.
only reason they thought you were in distress is because they didn't understand the situation that was going on,
But-
and you were getting a little upset. That's why.
That
was the only reason why. We know that you're not in distress. We know you don't need any help, but we know that you can also contact.
But
the
can you
Adult Protective
aid?
Service.
Sure, I understand that contact adult protective services, but can you aid in following up with Tampa and helping them comprehend that the reason they believed me to be in distress is
we will talk to them, but I also need you to at least try to work with APS first, because APS is the one that's able to do more follow up. Like you have all your mom's name, date of birth.
That was on my radar,
right?
But again, what is happening is just to kind of clarify real quick, I called for a wellness check, and then since then, I've been getting bounced around whether or not my mother is okay versus how to properly be able to determine that. So that is why maybe they were confused. But the fact of the matter is, the only contacts I've had with them is to figure out how to be able to properly investigate whether my mom is experiencing mental health symptoms or is also, or is a victim of a crime. I'm just simply trying to investigate it. Like, if you can see me, I have heart failure. I can't always leave the house. I can't always do things. These things are extremely stressful. I haven't slept. I haven't ate all day. I'm just trying to establish what is going on with my mother, because there's a lot of suspicions. What is happening consistently is my mother is seemingly forcing me to reach out to law enforcement for some reason, and then denying that she's done anything of concern. This has happened so many times repeatedly that it's sure. There seems to be some reason, I believe, that she's either being manipulated or is crazy beyond a status that is comprehensible.
Okay. Here's the plan that we're gonna go with. Okay, we're gonna call Tampa PD back and let them know you're completely fine. The reason you're calling is because you're looking for your mother, right?
I'm not looking for her. I need to have some sort of be able to investigate properly.
Okay.
Whether
we'll relay that fact, but I'm saying just the basic of the plan.
Yeah.
Is that we're gonna do that from outside. What I want you to do is just go get some food. Okay, have a sip of water, hydrate, and then call APS. Okay?
Yes, no, I that was the plan for tomorrow. But again, Tampa is the one who kind of escalated it unnecessarily.
We'll talk to them. Okay.
Please let them, or try to have them comprehend that what is occurring is. Yeah. I'm simply trying to get it to a point where we can properly investigate whether or not my mother is intentionally trying to harm me or has mental health disorder.
Understood.
That's all I'm trying to do.
We'll try to do that, okay?
Okay.
But for today, please take care of yourself.
Yeah.
You okay?
Yeah, and I won't be.
You don't need an ambulance or anything.
No, and I won't be. The plan was to contact him again tomorrow.
Okay.
I understand that there's nothing that could be done today.
Yeah.
But something needs to be done to be able to properly investigate at some point in time.
Tomorrow's
So-
Friday. I would recommend contacting APS first thing tomorrow. You
Yep.
can try not to call Tampa PD.
Yeah.
Have APS contact Tampa PD.
Yeah,
Because
that-
the procedure is that whenever APS is contacted, you give them the information. They get like a 24 hours or 48-hour period to investigate.
Yep.
Then they'll reach out to Tampa PD to do a well-being check with them on scene. So that way you get constant feedback rather than getting stonewalled in regards to we went out there, she was gone, or
Yeah.
we went out there, she was fine, she didn't want anything. You know
Yep.
what I'm saying? So have contact with APS. They're the one that is gonna be able to pipeline your communication to your mom.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Don't contact Tampa PD because unless there's a crime that was committed against your mom, they won't let you know anything.
Yeah, well, but see, that's the thing.
So you just gotta wait and see.
No, I totally understand, but I'm also I want to let you go because I do understand and I don't want to keep going on. It's just that there isn't a clear division either with SFPD or Tampa PD
Yeah.
as to the difference between a wellness check or criminal activity.
Right.
Because it's not. I'm not able to determine whether or not there's a crime unless there's investigation as to her state of mind.
Yeah, I got you.
So-
so the main thing is that we're gonna let them know that they most likely was concerned for today is that they don't know what was going on. But with this new description of what you told us, we'll be able to tell them a little further, so they will get an idea. Okay, that's what we're going out for. So that they can do a little bit follow up on, because at the end of the day, you gotta remember, you're here, they're there, they get thousands of prank calls every single day. They get a 415 number. You gotta remember, you're here, they're there, they get thousands of prank calls every single day. They get a 415 number from.
That's why I'm trying to establish it in ways outside of phone calls.
But coming from us, it's a lot more credible than just you calling them. So I would say, call APS, wait for a phone call back, and just don't worry yourself too much. You gotta give these things time. Something Rome is not built in a day.
No, I understand that, but the only thing that I want to leave it with is that I believe you're a son. I think everybody has to come from a mother.
Yeah.
It is very difficult to disregard whether or not my mother is truly in danger.
I'm not telling you to disregard.
No, I understand, but Tampa is by the way they are approaching.
But you got to take care of yourself first.
No, of course.
You won't be able to be concerned for your mother if you can't take care of yourself. And
taking care of myself is taking care of my mother. I don't know another way to live.
Well, just at least do the basics. Eat, drink water, get sleep, and those are the ways to take care of yourself.
Yeah, and
just that, and then you can move on to take care of your mother. I get it, family is very important. Everybody comes from someone, so you're doing what you should, and that's great. But you gotta make sure you take care of your basic necessities first before going on that. And just remember, tomorrow first thing, call APS, okay?
Yeah, no, I will.
I'm gonna go with my partner. We're gonna talk to Tampa, okay?
Please let them know that it's not that I am in distress, but I am very concerned about her and would like to be able to investigate it beyond hearsay. Be able to submit to them evidence or whatever, however you want to put it.
We'll see
so
whatever they can dig up. That's on them, on the part, because I would love to do it, but the thing is that we're not in Tampa. I can't personally go out to your mom's house.
No, I
don't have the resources to fly out.
No, I understand that, but their solution as well is to call you and get a restraining order against her.
No,
that doesn't make any sense.
There's no restraining order being served.
No, I know, but their solution, what they believe I should do, is call you and report to you that my mother's harassing me, and then get a restraining order against her instead of addressing the mental health.
That's not what should happen.
I know, but that's what they're telling me.
Okay, I got
All right, dude.
Okay?
Thank you.